bit of a grin. There you go. Good.
Top 6 all-time in scoring tells you how special it is to have these two guys going into the Hall of Fame tonight. You know, we've had outstanding players almost from the very first year here in the Ottumwa campus, but these two are certainly two guys that are two of the best. And you could argue that they are the two best players. I was thinking of this earlier today. The two best players at their particular positions that we've ever had at Indian Hills. We've never had a player that was a force on the inside like Shelly Clark was, that could score and rebound, and frankly just scare the hell out of the other team. And we never had anybody like Corey who combined the size that he had with his shooting ability, his ability to distribute the basketball, and you know, both of them obviously made their teams, and they were both here for 2 years, made their teams a whole lot better than they would have been had they not elected to come to Indian Hills. Another thing to consider is that both of them played in one national tournament in Hutchinson in March of their respective years. When he was a freshman, for Shelly when he was a sophomore. So that obviously is when they bring the best player or the best teams, or almost all of the best teams together for 1 week in Hutchinson to play the national tournament to determine the national titleists that year. So the best teams, the best players on those teams, and these two guys both were the most valuable player of the national tournament that they played in. So just have to think about that. So Shelly was the best player in the entire national tournament when he was a sophomore. Corey was when he was a freshman. And so again, it speaks to the talent that we have with these two individuals that are being inducted here tonight. And for Shelly, not only did he show up at the national tournament, but he obviously showed up with an attitude, because he scored 96 points and had 60 rebounds in 4 games down in Hutchinson. So that's a pretty good testament to how he played in the biggest games of his career. So we'll have Shelly come up here, and while he's coming up, and hopefully we'll give a couple of comments, if that's okay, to those assembled here tonight. But as he does that, I'm just going to say, you know, Shelly was, as I said, he was a player that we hadn't had before he got to Indian Hills, probably haven't had since he got here. To look at his rebound totals, and he had over 900 rebounds in 2 years. That's a record that maybe will never be broken here at Indian Hills. And obviously as a top 5 scorer, a top 6 scorer at Indian Hills as well. But you know, he's the guy that I think you can make the argument really put Indian Hills basketball on a national scale on the map. You know, before he got here, T.J. Jackson was the first real All-American at Indian Hills, on this campus anyway, and he's still the leading scorer here. But it wasn't until Shelly and his classmates, guys like Alethea Parks, David Robinson, Lorenzo Watkins, that when they came to Indian Hills and went to the national tournament for the first time in school history in 1993, it let you know that, yeah, Indian Hills could be a player on the national stage. You know, not only one of the best teams in Iowa, one of the best teams certainly in the Midwest, because we had to be the Missouri team to go to the national tournament. But then could not really go to the national tournament, also be effective when they got there. So we're glad to have him back with us tonight. He's a Hall of Famer, and will officially be a Hall of Famer at halftime of the basketball game. Shelly Clark.
qualify you as a Hall of Famer, and I can certainly say that this guy's a Hall of Famer, and I can certainly say that I should have been a Hall of Famer as well. But for me, it was always different. I didn't consider myself playing so much for Indian Hills. I played for Ottumwa because I came here and I went to Ottumwa High School. I graduated from Ottumwa. So that kind of made me an Ottumwa. And I can remember like in '92 when the bridge flooded, me and Zoe went down there and like sandbag and put things back together. So that was always one of my best moments down here. For you guys to recognize me and to give me the credit that I guess or the respect of a tough player, a player that played with a lot of heart. And I really appreciate that. And for my children to be here with me, some of my best friends, this all means a lot. And I never knew that what a successful program would look like after years to come. I'm very honored to say that I'm a part of building one of the best programs in the world. And it is, I've never seen a junior college quite like this one, nowhere in the world. And so I can say that I was a part of the group that built this place. It took the rubber floor off. You guys know that. So man, once again, just thanks for having me here. Thanks for the consideration. And I hope to come back and see you guys soon. Hope to do some things with you all in the future, with the team and all that. I'm very honored to be a part of this school system. So thank you.
Shelly Clark. Shelly was a standout in the first Indian Hills basketball team to qualify for the University of National in 1993. And he was able to score all-time leading rebounder and the fifth leading scorer more than 25 years The next year, Shelly increased those averages to 17.4 points a game and 13 rebounds, and he repeated on the first team all-region squad and was the team MVP for the second year in a row. Shelly put an exclamation mark on his IHCC career by being named the all-tournament team at Hutch, where he poured in 96 points and grabbed 60 rebounds. He was named an honorable mention All-American, becoming only the third Indian Hills basketball player to earn All-American honors. The Chicago native is still first in single season and career rebounds and is in the top 5 in 9 other season or career categories at IHCC and is the 5th all-time leading scorer. After graduating from here at Indian Hills, Shelly played 2 seasons at the University of Illinois, averaging 9.5 points and 6.4 rebounds as a junior, and then 11.8 points and 8.3 rebounds the following year as a senior. Indian Hills Hall of Famer, Shelly Clark.